in China, you probably didn't see anything like that, though, right?
You know, I experienced it. I didn't see it, but I experienced it being in so many different areas, being in the Northeast, being in the East, being in the Southwest, being in the Northwest. The different kinds of food and the different kinds of people that are considered different minority groups, but for the most part, not a visually diverse place. And that's what actually started to take effect on me after a while. After a while, you kind of get kind of a reverse xenophobia. I'm looking around. I'm like, oh my goodness, I've been here. I'm eating the same thing. My body's like, hi, what's wrong? You don't like Chinese food? I said, I love Chinese food, but I don't like my favorite thing every day. And and, and he sat there puzzled. And I said, you don't appreciate things until you lose them. People can talk a lot of crap about the U.S., but man, when you leave here, you can't wait to get your butt back. I'm looking around. I'm like, everybody's Chinese here. I'm looking at the dog. The dog's Chinese. The bird in the cage Chinese. I'm like, oh my goodness. And here comes this tall blonde guy across the sports field. We look giving each other the eyeball. He says, English? I said, English? We're both so happy to speak English. And we're going on, and I'm like, where you from? Minnesota. I'm from New York. Oh, da, 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 da. And the Chinese are looking. The
Wow.
Chinese are looking like, oh wow, they're the same, but they're different, but they're the same. And it blew their mind. And all my good friends there, I said, I wish you could come and see my home. I can wear an Italian suit, eat Mexican food for dinner, and marry a Russian woman if I want to.
Dude. Yeah.
That diversity is the beauty that you don't realize. Some people don't realize until you go somewhere else that's less diverse. I couldn't wait to see everyone when I got back. I was like, oh my goodness, JFK, yes, Italians, Irish, Hasidic Jews, oh, Hare Krishna, Bloods, Crips, yes. just just the assortment and just
Yeah.
you see, it's just like it's like someone said, "Oh, this guy was rude and he was from the States." I don't believe you. What rude American?
Mm-mm.
Where? There's too many different people here not to have an intrinsic monicum of common respect for people and a little knowledge of who people are. So, you know, oh, the guy from Ukraine, he was probably rude. His country's not very diverse, but here we're used to having an assortment of friends. You at least know how to handle yourself in a gentlemanly fashion. So I would think most Americans I've met there are quite friendly and quite popular. I go there with legitimate friendship. And because I speak the language, it breaks the ice. Because sometimes the Chinese are just shy and they don't know how to say anything. They're looking like, as soon as you say anything, Chinese like, hey, oh, you speak. And then, then you can't get rid of him.
Uh,
Then you can't get rid of him every day. He's there. He's like, where?
well, I mean, holy cow, you're a tremendous novelty to them. Like in some respect, the the guy that speaks my language that doesn't look anything like me.
Blows
How
their
often are
mind.
they going to run into that?
It blows their mind. And we have these
Yeah,
conversations.
yeah.
Yeah. You have these conversations of, oh, this is how we do here in China with visitors. I said, no, this is how kind people do everywhere, my friend. And they,
Ah,
and I'm
okay.
there actually teaching boots on the ground, the real United Nations. I've never met anyone like you. And before long, we're sitting there, we're eating, we're drinking. Family pictures come out. He shows me his daughter and this and that,
Oh,
and we
very
become
good.
much more similar than we are different suddenly.
Mm.
And he says,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
I said,
We have.
which
I
America?
think that. Yeah, I
I
do
said,
think we've.
America has no face.